Well, now, one of the best things about spring is all the fresh produce you can get your hands on to make those delicious meals.
Smells good. Rosen is the host of Potluck Video, cool, which airs on NYC Live Channel 25 right here in the city. So we're making a spring salad?
Yes, we are making a farro salad today with all the exciting spring vegetables, even though it doesn't really feel like spring outside yet.
Tell us about some of the exciting produce that we can look forward to in spring, because I think a lot of people forget.
Right. I mean, the weather makes people feel like it's not coming, but it is. I mean, everything that I got here today is local, so you can start finding local produce. One of the most interesting vegetables that we have here is Fiddlehead Ferns, which I think a lot of people
Which one is
don't
the
know much about.
Is this the Fiddlehead Ferns?
Those are the Fiddlehead Ferns.
Those are so interesting.
Yeah, they're a really great vegetable that you can kind of have a wow factor if you want to sort of show people you're really excited about spring produce. People aren't as familiar with them.
Can you get those at farmer's market or just like at your regular grocery store?
You can get them anywhere. I mean, you may, perhaps at a specialty grocery store, but even Whole Foods, Fairway, a lot of those grocery stores also carry them. And then, of course, you can find them in farmers markets as well.
Can I eat it? Can I eat it raw?
Don't eat it raw.
Go for it. Just try it.
Try one of the cooked ones raw. Yeah, they have a very bitter flavor if you don't cook them. So you really want to boil them for about 15 minutes first, and then you can saute them.
That's a lot of taste.
It's a lot of flavor. It's a very specific flavor. And I know you're going vegan, so you can try those Fiddlehead Ferns because they're totally vegan, vegetarian friendly.
Amazing.
Yeah,
okay, well, let's get started on this salad first, and then I'll start tasting later. So what's the first step?
So we are making a farro salad.
I love farro.
It's a really easy grain. It's very healthy, very high in protein, iron, fiber. So the main thing to do is when you're buying farro, you want to buy it the semi-pearled variety because then it cooks faster. Otherwise, you have to soak it overnight, which is a pain. So the other thing to make sure is that different varieties have different amounts of liquid. So just keep that in mind. So in this one, we're using chicken stock. You can also use vegetable stock.
If you're going vegan.
Vegan or vegetarian. But we're just going to put that in here.
And you're going to cook it in the chicken stock rather than just plain water.
Right. You can also cook it in water, but I find it's much more flavorful if you cook it in chicken stock or vegetable stock.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it's not as fun. So, so cooking it here, that'll be about 20 minutes. So, we have already made
through the magic of television.
Through the magic of television. But you want to keep that covered, and it should absorb all the chicken stock or vegetable stock.
Okay.
So you really don't need to stir it too much. Just make sure it all absorbs. You don't want to drain it. So now we're going to be cooking the vegetables. This is the exciting part. So we have a lot of spring stuff here. So we're going to start with some asparagus and some
olive oil?
Yes, please.
Perfect.
So
all of it?
Just about half of that is great.
How's
and that's perfect. And then I'm going to have some shallots, if you don't mind.
All right, no
That's
problem.
a 1/4 cup of shallots with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then we're going to put in some asparagus as well. This is a great spring vegetable that you can get all year round.
But it tastes better now.
It's so much better in the spring.
You can taste the difference.
Right, exactly. And then we're also going to add about half of these spring onions, which you might also see somewhere as shallots. So, I mean, as scallions.
Scallions, yeah.
So, if you see scallions, it's the same as spring onions. And again, you can get local spring onions starting probably a little bit more into April, but you can start finding them.
Has the winter weather affected produce?
It has affected produce. You might see some things staying later. You might see some things coming, later. Yeah, exactly. Shallots make everything taste good. So you cook this for a few minutes, and again, it depends kind of how cooked you like your vegetables. Some people like them a little softer.
A little bit of crunch.
Exactly. And we're going to put the peas in. You can also throw them in. Yeah, you usually want to do those a little bit later.
Right, because then they get too mushy and soft.
Exactly. So that's really the last thing. You can also cook the shallots a little bit earlier and a little longer if you want to do it that way or not. We try to make this cold. This salad you can serve at room temperature. So we're going to leave these here, and we actually have some finished vegetables here. And so now we're just going to mix all of these in. You can also put a lemon.
Toss them in?
Yeah, you can just toss them in. Toss everything
John
in.
and I have been...
throw it all in.
Oh, yeah?
You want it to be really veggie heavy.
So then I'll do that, and then I'll throw this on top.
Exactly, and then we're going to squeeze
There you go.
A whole lemon on
Jill,
top.
come on in. Jill needs to try this.
Yeah, come in and eat it.
Oh,
because
Jill's
we're
going to be
for
the taste
food. We've
tester.
got a
Oh, thanks.
lot.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good job, Dad.
Yeah, perfect.
Shoot,
Yeah, and put in
lost
the
the
other
seed.
lemon. We want this to be really bright. You know, the great thing about spring produce is when it's really bright, there's a lot of acid.
Oh, it smells awesome.
It does smell good.
It
Thank you.
really smells so fresh.
Yeah, and then we're going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on
Okay.
it because
There
you
you go.
always
And I'll
need
move over a
that.
little bit.
There you go. Yeah, this is, there you go.
I feel like Tony Tantillo.
I know, exactly. We're getting you really in here.
And then quickly, because
Perfect.
we don't have much time, you brought along some of your other beautiful dishes as well. So
Yeah,
tell us about those.
I also, you know, produce is obviously not just vegetables. So one of the great spring and summer items is rhubarb, which people get very excited about.
Love rhubarb.
You think of it in the summer with strawberry rhubarb. It actually comes in the spring, and we've paired it here with blood oranges. This is a blood orange rhubarb ginger tart. But
Great.
this is what's really fun about winter,
Yeah.
having, you know, some winter produce.
And
in
then
with
the other
spring.
salad, too?
That is the
That's
Fiddlehead
that
Fern
Fiddlehead,
salad.
Fern, which they call me in
Thank
college.
you so much.
Right,
Wow.
so there you go. Yeah,
Yes.
get excited about
This
the
is
spring
delicious.
produce.
Thank you. Allie Rosen,
So
thank
good.
you so much for being here. And you can catch her show on Potluck Video on NYC TV, Channel 25 in the city, Thursday nights at 9:30.